Dad told me one day, "Jan, you're the best kid I've got." And then he said, "When you grow up, I want you to stay home and take care of your old dad and mom. In other words, live there forever." So I went out on a date one night. Higginbotham was his name. And he got me home late, the movies and something to eat, and 12-mile ride on the streetcar out, and then another mile to walk to our house. I got home at 1. And Dad got Higginbotham by the throat, by the collar. And "If I ever see you again, I will kill you." And then Dad told me to get out, to leave. I was then 17. When he came into my room that night, I was ironing my clothes, putting them in the suitcase a friend had loaned me. And he asked, "What are you doing?" I said, "Dad, you've told me too many times to get out. I'm going." I didn't want to go, but I felt I had to. And I could see his blood pressure going up. And then he left the room. And I walked out toward the front door, opened it, and Dad came out. He took the suitcase from me and he threw it outside, out into the snow, a foot deep. And I was terrified. Mom didn't even try to stop him. At 1:30 or 2, the last streetcar would go back to the city. I had to get and catch that. I lived a mile from the streetcar. I had to get going. I went out, picked it up, and started to walk away. And I got across the field a bit, and then Dad called out, "Joan." I thought, he doesn't want me to go, he loves me, because deep down he loved us all. He came over, he said, "I want that picture of your mother." I remember the snow was very soft, very large flakes. My suitcase rested on top. We didn't go into detail. He knew what picture I had because it was a very good picture. And I opened the suitcase on top of the snow that deep and gave it to him. He took it and turned around and walked away. I didn't see him again for years. At that moment, I felt like I do right now. I could cry. That's a long time ago. I could sit right here now and sob my heart out. I knew Dad too much, too well all my life up until then to have this thing happening. I walked the mile to the streetcar, wading through snow. It got there just in time. I do not think I might ever have left home. I might have grown up to be a girl with a broken spirit. That was the great big turning point in my life. If that hadn't happened, were I not thrown into the snow, I wouldn't be having what I'm having today. The turn of events, I wouldn't have met Joan McClelland. I met Joan McClelland the day after I was kicked out. And Joan McClelland fell in love with me at first sight. The first time he saw me that night when we met. It's romantic. I went and stayed with the YWCA, waiting until I was 18, which would be a few months. Then I went and enlisted in the Canadian Air Force Women's Division. VE came, which is Victory Europe. That war was over, and Victory Japan had to be resolved yet. August 15, 1945. And now Jim told me, "Joni, when I left you that last time," and we wrote every day, even if he would lean up against an airplane, a fuselage, and write me a letter like that. For those years, 6 years, we were separated until the war was ended. He wrote to me every day. I said, "Jim, I'm your partner. I'm going to be your ironwork partner. We will work it together." Well, Jim, with a natural talent to do anything in iron, which was our motto above our shop, it was written in steel above the shop. You could read it against the sky, anything in iron. And Jim, he started where we had to get money. We needed money, but we needed the little jobs for the money. We were also a bit radical. the beauty in his work is him. I couldn't draw a nice line. He was the artist. The beauty in his work. Oh my God, people were thrown by the beauty he put in that. 40-year friendships, the deep quality ethical thing. That's all we wanted to live by, any of it. Just live a decent life.